He can handle them as long as he gets to them when they're still small.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 MonsterVerse fight scenes.
Looks like round 2 goes to Kong.
Godzilla will bring balance.
Oh, I get it. Oh, Serizawa, let him fight action.
Long live the king.
For this list, we're looking at the best battles that occurred across the 4 connected kaiju films so far. As long as at least one giant monster is present, the fight scene will be considered. And, as is to be expected, a spoiler alert is now in effect. What's your favorite MonsterVerse battle? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Ghidorah vs. Rodan and also Godzilla. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. After Rodan takes flight, Monarch decides to lead it straight towards Ghidorah's 3 heads.
Let's lure this turkey away from the mainland straight to Monster Zero. ETA in 2 minutes.
The two engage in a brief yet stunning aerial battle. Although the fiery Rodan is a scrappy fighter, Ghidorah quickly puts down his opponent with a decisive gravity beam. Just before it can turn its wrath on nearby Monarch scientists, Godzilla enters the fray.
Oh, God.
He takes full advantage of his underwater setting to turn the tables and even remove one of Ghidorah's heads. Unfortunately, their battle was cut short when the Navy dropped an oxygen bomb on top of both kaiju's heads. Even though this fight doesn't last long, it is still memorable for mixing stunning aerial and underwater combat.
Looks like you got Yuri's mug.
Number 9. The survivors fight a skullcrawler. Kong Skull Island.
The crash site's just on the other side of this valley. We'll cross through and make it to the highest point west.
This place is a real no-no, sir.
While a group of survivors on Skull Island is trying to cross through a boneyard, they come face to face with an aggressive skullcrawler. The kaiju takes advantage of the foggy surroundings to hide before jumping out for surprise attacks. To make matters worse, a bunch of psycho vultures join the fray in the middle of the fight. Fortunately, the survivors have several ways of fighting back.
Bring the torch! Do your thing!
They eventually take down the psycho vultures with a katana and use the lingering gases to finally blow the skullcrawler away. The brilliant way the scene built tension and desperation made it stand out as one of the best human versus monster fights in the franchise.
And I'm telling you, that thing that just shredded us was only the first of them. Now we're on their turf.
Number 8. Kong decimates the Warbats. Godzilla vs. Kong.
That's beautiful.
This is E3. We're getting some strange radar activity. We're going to circle back.
Kong is only in the Hollow Earth for a few minutes before he and his monarch entourage get an unwelcome visit from 2 Warbats. After the giant ape takes out the first flying monstrosity with just one move, he rubs salt into the wound by using its body as a weapon. However, Kong quickly runs into trouble when a Warbat wraps around Kong's body. Luckily, his human allies help free him.
Full Delta, prepare to attack!
Kong wastes no time to wreck the remaining Warbat with grappling moves and his fists. This brief fight was a great introduction to the Hollow Earth, a good display of Kong's ferocity, and an example of his, unique habit of chowing down on fallen enemies.
That's gross.
Number 7. Ghidorah and Godzilla's Antarctic Battle. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. As soon as Ghidorah emerged from the ice, Godzilla wanted a piece of the 3-headed monster. After sizing each other up, the two exchange hard blows in an explosive battle. Godzilla tried to KO his opponent with his signature atomic breath. And not only does Ghidorah manage to dodge the blast, but it throws a gravity beam right back that knocks the big lizard flat. This was the moment we knew Godzilla had found someone who could challenge the King of the Monsters' throne. Although Ghidorah flies away instead of finishing the fight, this clash was a great setup for the ferocious battles to come. Number 6. Godzilla takes on 2 Mutos. Godzilla.
Let them fight.
Godzilla had no problem fighting one massive, unidentified terrestrial organism or Muto for short, when it came time for the final battle. But he began to struggle when a second one arrived to the party. Although the two overwhelm Godzilla for a time, he eventually sees an opening. After taking one down with his massive tail, he turns his attention to the second. The length of the fight, the uncertainty of the outcome, and huge amounts of carnage would have all been enough to make it memorable. But it entered the history books when Godzilla opened the final enemy's mouth and delivered a fatal blast of atomic breath. Hey, you need to bring more than 2 Mutos to a fight to defeat Godzilla. Number 5. Kong crushes a giant skull crawler. Kong Skull Island.
Kong's down, let's go!
Shortly after Kong survives a napalm attack, he's forced to do battle with a giant skull crawler. Although he manages to do a lot of damage with his fists and an improvised tree weapon, the fight takes a turn when he's knocked into some chains. The nearby human survivors decide to fire everything they've got at the skull crawlers until Kong gets back on his feet.
Clear! Clear! Come on.
When the ape stands again, he uses a propeller to inflict some serious pain. And although the skull crawler tries to make one last comeback, Kong makes sure to put it down for good. His skillful use of weapons and insane endurance made the visit to Skull Island worth it. Number 4. Godzilla meets Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong. Audiences had to wait nearly 6 decades for these titans to have a rematch, and their first fight certainly did not disappoint. While Kong is taking a boat ride to Hollow Earth, Godzilla intercepts him and forces him into a fierce battle in the middle of the ocean. This battle makes expert use of the ocean setting. Every time Kong falls underwater, Godzilla gains a gigantic advantage. Although the giant ape does his best, the ocean setting proves too much of a hurdle for him to overcome. The humans have to help Kong play dead just so he can fight another day.
This won't end until one of them submits.
Shut it down.
What?
All of it.
This intense and well-choreographed sea battle further intensified the rivalry between two historic kaiju.
As soon as we move, he'll be back. How are we supposed to get the rest of the way?
Number 3. Ghidorah and Rodan vs. Godzilla and Mothra. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. The final fight in Godzilla, King of the Monsters feels like a Titan battle royale. Just as Godzilla gets an advantage, Mothra swoops in to web Ghidorah up. It looks like a 2 vs. 1 kaiju fight until Rodan arrives to even the odds. Although Mothra is able to defeat Rodan, Ghidorah severely wounds Godzilla by dropping him from a great height. This gigantic battle was absurdly thrilling and wildly unpredictable. In a short time span, Mothra sacrifices herself, and Godzilla unleashes a devastating blast that puts Ghidorah down for good. The huge scale and amount of kaiju content in this battle made for a matchup fit for a king.
Jesus. Good thing he's on our side.
For now.
Number 2. Hong Kong Grudge Match. Godzilla vs. Kong. How do you top a fight between Godzilla and Kong set on the water? Easy. You just have to give Kong an energy-absorbing axe and let him fight Godzilla in Hong Kong. The two titans play to their strengths as they fight in the beautiful neon lights of the city. While Godzilla leans on the pure destructive power of his atomic breath, Kong climbs and jumps around the city with ease. Neither titan is willing to back down from this grudge match. Unfortunately for the great ape, he loses his axe and dislocates his arm before falling in battle. A victorious Godzilla shows Kong mercy before stomping away. This fantastic battle finally gave us a decisive answer as to which Titan would triumph. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Godzilla and Kong vs. Mechagodzilla. Godzilla vs. Kong.
What the hell is that?
Although fans knew Mechagodzilla might be a problem, they could have never anticipated how devastating this mechanical monster would be. The robot's strength, arsenal, and battle intelligence proved too much for Godzilla to handle by himself. Enter Kong. He teams up with Godzilla to help disable the mecha. Watching the two titans work together for combo attacks is awesome. But the coolest part comes when Godzilla uses his atomic breath to make Kong's axe more devastating. Once the ape slices the mecha to pieces, he holds its head up like a trophy. It won't be easy for the Monsterverse to top this titanic clash, but if Mechagodzilla comes back, we will definitely buy front row tickets to see a fight as epic as this one was. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.